Scott, here's something that I run into as a lawyer dealing with sort of the opposite side of going to court with people for decades. But lawyers are sort of like bean counters. So if I'm going to court with a client and he wants to get out of jail, in my mind, I could almost summarize, this was a burglary, a felony of the second degree. You've received a plea bargain for it to be taken down to a criminal trespass. You're going to get a year probation, pay a $100 fine and court costs. Do you get it? Yeah. You're ready to go through the plea? Yes. That is what happened, okay? Then, this is the odd part. From the moment they go on probation, they meet a probation and parole officer, they're told to get employment. Many of them are never given a copy of what they pled to, what's on their record. They don't know how to find it. And then sometimes I suspect they're at a job interview and they're talking to somebody and they're asked, is there anything on your record? Now the answer is, I have a misdemeanor criminal trespass that I got a year probation for. But with all those details sort of being a jumble, so many times they just go into the story. Well, I was in this house. It's like, no, that's a felony burglary. No, I was charged. I pled guilty to criminal trespass for being in a house when I shouldn't have been there. I got a year probation. That was 4 years ago. And so that is one of the reasons why, actually, for Record Eraser, if people give me their first name, last name, date of birth, we'll research their record to see what's on the public UJS portal. We'll tell them what can be cleared and when, as well as give them a copy of it so that if they go to interview TriStar or an employer or anybody, they can say, yes, I do have a record. Here it is. I'm being accurate. And it just takes sort of that vague ambiguity out of it that can really spin badly.
Yeah, and that goes back to the honesty piece. The interviewer may look at that and say that's dishonest, and it really isn't.
Right.
But just for lack of a better word, ignorance there, that they don't understand what they pled to. They don't have a copy of it. I would have their ducks in the row. If they've had a good relationship with their probation officer, list that probation officer as a reference. They know that person's history better than anybody, and they're probably going to be honest and tell us, yeah, that guy or that woman's been here. They've stuck to the program. They've been clean. This one's worth a shot, because that's their reputation on the line at that point. So don't fear them. If you've done a felony, if you killed somebody or you murdered someone or robbed, a felony robbery, that's a lot tougher to get around.
Sure.
It's those misdemeanors that I think more people are afraid of than they need to be.